Honestly, I'm not too terribly certain how to even start this one. But one thing should be said immediately. Rest in peace, Asmondad. You raised a good kid. And as a father myself, I hope to do the same. Oh boy, do I really try. And I'm sure everyone knows just how absolutely terrible and full of loss the past couple of weeks has been. And it is full of loss. Many innocents were killed one day. A few days later, a great man was murdered. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And then, not even a week later, Asmondad also has gone to a better place. And this is all just in 2 weeks. And Asmond is one of those that gives me hope for the future. He's a voice of reason that is well amplified past myself. And he's a good dude who, thankfully, unlike the other 99% of us, myself included, does have a voice that millions listen to. Asmondad didn't just leave us a son, right? A great amount of how his son is comes from him in all the different ways he explained in his last video. From the hardassery to just the good sense to the grounding and giving a template for, well, definitely one way to try and raise someone that will have an impact on something good in this world. Dependent on, of course, those for whom the raising is being done. You don't just, you know, bring up someone like Asmongold just by existing, just by doing the do daily, not just by dint or default of being around. It does take effort. It does take dedication. And it most certainly took a lot to do. And as a father who hopes the best for his son as well, I feel that deeply. I wish my son to have a better time than me, to have a better future than me, and to live better than I could ever experience. And I know for a fact that was also the same for Asmondad. And he was just cool in the way that does not detract from his position and standing in Asmongold's life. He participated in his son's streams, and he actually enjoyed them and wanted him to keep doing them, even while he was in the hospital. And everybody was always happy when he made any appearances. Couldn't really ask for more than that. And the reception of the relationship between the two, of father and son, the personifications of both for others, was something that gave a lot of people that wholesome feeling. Myself included. Like I said, seeing a kid like Asmongold, raised by a single father, right? It gives me hope that I can accomplish the same with my son. And seeing how Asmongold is, despite no matter whatever else you think of him, he is a good man. And that's objectively true. I mean, he did something that the vast majority will fail to do: honor their mother and father. It's really hard to be there for your parents. Why? Because doing so, by default, detracts from your existence. It takes away from your time, your attention, your energy, and resources. If people want to look at it strictly materialistically, like most will. But just because Asmond's a millionaire with millions of followers who would go to hell for him, all of that meant nothing to him when it came to his father. And he's even much more respectable, even just for that alone. I mean, think about it. It would have been too easy to sit at the desk, turn on camera, do the thing, ignore all else in existence and reality. Which, quite often, Asmongold did do. It was very rare for anything to pull him away from streaming, period. But the fact that he quit everything, all of it, for his father, who was in dire need of him, and unbeknownst to many, he's been taking care of him all these years. Now that's a man. And as at the time, during his still being in existence with us, Asmondad's struggle against cancer, of which I shared, it's something to have gone through your own battle with it, to have beaten it, along with the help of a lot of experimental stuff. I didn't take the traditional routes for seeing if it could be fixed. And that, well, it turned out it worked. But to hear about someone else who faced it and lost, well, that hurts. Especially thinking about me and that being me. Right? Because unlike most other figures on this space, I actually felt a genuine human connection between Asmongold and his father and myself. Call it whatever you wish. But each time I saw the interactions, the things Asmond said, and the things his dad would speak of, and all of that combined between the two, I just got that feeling of, yeah. And unless you felt the same, you're not going to have any idea what I'm talking about, and that's okay. That's fine. Not everybody feels things the same. And not everybody's actually able to have human connections, no matter where they are. Apparently, that's a very rare trait nowadays. All of this to say, it is very much a feels bad to have lost Asmondad. And it's very heartbreaking, to see a son finally lose his father and not being able to do nothing about it. It sucks. And yeah, I know. These things happen, these things go. I know this. I'm a combat veteran. I've watched friends get killed in front of me. I've held battle buddies while they were dying. And others besides. I know about this. But with that, it's expected. In fact, we know it's going to happen. It's literally just a question of when. Whereas for everybody else, it is a when, but it's closer to when and if than a guarantor of any kind. And that's where it stings the most. But from what I hear from Asmon, he was still doing anything and everything he wanted, even up until the bitter end. And when Asmon had to be there until Asmondad passed. God damn, do I feel that. To Asmongold, prayers. I prayed for Asmondad even before he passed. You may or may not believe, and I may or may not believe either. But I feel to honor the good ones, it only feels fitting and proper. So, I prayed a rosary for both of y'all. And I've been having to do a lot of that lately. But I am happy to hear that Asmongold was able to do everything for his dad. I'm happy you were able to do everything for your dad before he was gone. And I am a father. If I could have one ultimate wish, it would be that my son was with me when I went. If I can have nothing else in this life, period, any other happiness, worldly desire, or otherworldly, when I go, I hope that it is my son who is there with me, and to see that he'll be okay when I'm gone. That being said, I celebrate that your father lived to gift us all you, and that he was a gift to you as a father, and that you were a gift to him as a son. Thank you for all you do, Asmon. You gave an old retiree like myself a lot of hope, especially for the younger folks. And I do hope that, as you said, you will continue and do good, great, and powerful things. That being said, thanks, Asmon, for existing. And for everyone else, I felt compelled to upload this. I feel like there's not enough who are willing to put forth what they feel for others publicly. And I think we need more of it. If empathy and compassion is allowed to be burned away, that's what is going to remove us from being human. And I refuse to allow it. So I ask, if anyone's watching this, go send your best wishes to Asmon. And if you're religious, prayers for Asmondad and his son. That being said, thank you all for joining me. I will see you with whatever I do next. Be good. And you have to be active to be good. Passiveness is not goodness. And neither is neutrality. So you must be actively working against evil and providing for those for whom good is deserved. So be good. Be safe. Do not compromise safety and security for nobody and nothing. Death and disaster, as we've been finding out the last few weeks, is only a second away. Do what you can right now. And I will see all of you in the next one. I am Badger 7 Actual, the formerly homeless veteran, Blast Cap Badger, out.